backseat. I'm like Usain Bolt at the track meet. Try to keep it cool, but I ain't even low-key. Got a hundo in my pocket, I ain't roasting. Cause I'm getting back to the basics. What hit me, what hurt me, what made me. Cause maybe this life is worth saving. I think this life is worth saving. Sometimes it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real, cause I'm still fighting for it. Yeah, it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real, cause I'm still fighting for it. I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real, cause I'm still fighting for it. Yeah, it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real, cause I'm still fighting for it. Still fighting for it. I'm still fighting for it. Still fighting for it. I'm still fighting for it. Still fighting for it. I'm still fighting for it. Still fighting for it. I'm still fighting for it. You've been strong for so long. You learn to carry this on your own. Let me be someone you can lean on. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right source. Me made a mess of it. You're like a new man. Your heart of my heart. No hiding these scars. I'm loving your love. Saving the sweetness. No harm in holding on. The one in a million. The one in a million. But you're a leader, and I'm a keeper. It wasn't easy to live it out. Whenever we hurt, we know the secret. I'm not scared of free fall. Not scared of free You're a leader, and I'm a keeper. It wasn't easy to live it out. Whenever we hurt, we know the secret. Not scared of free fall. You're a leader, and I'm a keeper. It wasn't easy to live it out. Whenever we hurt, we know the secret. I'm not scared of free Not scared of free Never fall, never crawl, yeah, we're moving up. Wanted more, let it pour till we fill our cup. Never giving up before it's over. Never counting on them four-leaf clovers. Taking names, throwing flames till we burn it down. In the mud, uppercut, yeah, we're breaking ground. Never giving up before it's over. Never counting on them four-leaf clovers. We could feel the fire, never getting tired. We ain't gonna stop till we drop, man, we hit the floor. Come on, all my soldiers, do it like I told you. We ain't gonna stop. So come on and put your hands up. We're gonna bring the house down. No one could ever stop us. We're gonna set it off right now. Come on, put your hands up. So come on, put your hands up. Come on, put your hands up. on a roll, never fold, never have enough. Overtime in the grind, put your banners up. Never giving up before it's over. Never counting on them four-leaf clover. We could feel the fire, never getting tired. We ain't gonna stop till we drop and we hit the floor. Come on, all my soldiers, do it like I told you. We ain't gonna stop. So come on and put your hands up. We gonna bring the house down. No one could ever stop us. We gonna set it off right now. Come on, put your hands up. So come on, put your hands up. Come on, put your hands up.
Come on, all my soldiers, do it like I told you. Come on, all my soldiers, do it like I told you. Come on, all my soldiers, do it like I told you. Come on, all my soldiers, do it like I told you.
So come on and put your hands up. We gonna bring the house down. No one could ever stop us. We gonna set it off right now. Come on, put your hands up. So come on, put your hands up. Come on, put your hands up. I remember black skies, the lightning all around me. I remembered each flash as time began to blur. Like a startling sign that fate had finally found me. And your voice was all I heard. That I get what I deserve. So give me reason to prove me wrong. To wash this memory clean. Let the thoughts cross the distance in your eyes. Give me reason to fill this hole. Connect the space between. Let it be enough to reach the truth that lies across this new divide. There was nothing in sight but memories left abandoned. There was nowhere to hide. The ashes fell like snow. And the ground caved in between where we were standing. And your voice was all I heard. That I get what I deserve. So give me reason to prove me wrong. To wash this memory clean. Are you ready? Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready? Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready? Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready?
Up the heat.
It's a late launch by Verstappen.
Oh, Devil rejected on Dino, goes in deep, and Devil rejected is out. He's
You okay?
for him at turn 5.
Okay, mate.
I'm the man that walked out of fire.
It's all about being calm. These guys have an almost fighter pilot mentality.
Goodness, Phoenix Prix is out. And it's the lights out and away we go. One kidney Jim is out. Look at this little battle between the Aston Martins have changed positions. On the back of Devil rejected. The Aston Martin and the Alpine. The Aston Martin champion will reject him. Put him on down the inside. Split. Oh, they're free wide out. They're big great at turn 10. And once more they have a little niggle, but it is the Mercedes of Wesley that's through. It's your boy Alfie into the slits. Jimmy choosing that battery.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor. Keep on surviving.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fast-paced world of MSC F1 Esports. Join us as we witness the world's top talent battle it out in the ultimate virtual racing showdown. Get ready for heart-stopping moments, breathtaking overtakes, and unforgettable memories. This is MSC F1 Esports. Let the race begin.
See for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go.
Good evening, my people up in the chandeliers. Dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti. Champions are born right now. And about the glamour, click goes the hammer. Run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive.
Excellent job, mate.
Line. Their dreams just keep dripping out of their golden cups. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the Royals, they do nothing for you. All you got is you right now. Who is gonna falter? Who is gonna conquer? Better never count me out. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. All overlated, underdog dreaming. Don't need no cheers. World's gotta say it. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Heroes never die.
See, we'll look for a move on Jonathan. Here comes McLaren of DMT. Oh, he goes left and then to the right, and he makes the move. That was clean, crisp, and quality racing from the McLaren driver up to P6. round. Oh my God! That's enough. Phoenix Gray once again has shown
You are the new champion of the world.
And there you go, we see a car out on track. That is an AlphaTauri, I think. One of the last garages leaving. And that is Johnny Red. There you go, that's your first one out on track. Car number 34 it is. We see finally some action on track. And how fast can they go as we just try and get some more data, every single one of them on that soft compound tire, of course. That's what you do in qualifying sessions, as others now leaving the garages as well. AR Tyler now out of the garage, as well as Tony Hakkinen, and there's Beton, Ellen Ninja, a lot of them, every single one now trying to get out of that garage and to do a lap in as soon as possible, of course, put in their first laps in case there's yellow flags. There is some other issues towards the end of qualifying, but our man here, it is going to be Johnny, who's going to be the first one who started the qualifying sessions. Of course, he's going to be the one to start first flying lap. Yeah, thank you so much. Really excited to be beginning, of course, as we're just into the qualifying session now. 15 minutes remaining, as no laps yet out on track, but everybody out, piling up, every single one almost out on track except for Kieran, Nimble, and I think, and it is Jonathan, and one more driver, that is Jezzaboy, out on track. Other than that, every single one out on track to do a lap and to definitely show us for the track action that we're hearing. Right behind Johnny, it is Tyler out on track. Right behind them, it is not Adams. It is the other McLaren of Devil Rejected. Everyone else follows by, trying to begin in their laps. Okay, so Jezzaboy got kicked for our disc error, but playing digital. I do not understand what you're trying to say, but anyways, we try and begin with the session as Johnny Red now has started their flying lap. Right behind them is AR Taylor, who's also on top to do the most. What does he do in the first sector? Is 25-1, 25-2 from AR Taylor. He's a bit slower than that. What about Johnny in the middle sector? As we try and have a look at other drivers behind as well, and I think right behind them it is the McLaren of Devil Rejected. So we try and have a look at that. How fast did they do in that first sector? If we have the data, 25-8. So Johnny Red at the moment looking quickest, and if I'm wrong, he was the one quickest, except for Tony, whose time we did not have in that time trial board. But of course we're told it was 1:31.4. It is fastest middle sector, but of course that's for the moment. If anyone else behind him could do even faster. As Johnny Red now just coming around the last few corners, of course, keeping it within the white line. I think they almost went wide, but not for the moment. It is still legal lap across the line. How fast is this? 1:32.7. What about Tyler? He goes on pole, 1:32.7, and Tony Hawken 1:31.8 for the first few laps, as Devil Rejected 35, and others also following behind as we try and catch up with every single one of them. Is Nimble, others with the AlphaTauri drivers, as well as Phoenix Gray goes P4, as Ninja P4 now, as everyone doing their laps, with Betson Urmadog 1:35.0, so it's mixed times from 1:31.8 to 1:35.1, slowest at the moment, as Adam Fleet P8 1:34.9, as we try and have a look at one of the drivers who are closest to that finish line, and it is Shane Bolin. He's currently coming across that final corner. How fast does he do? Cross the line, so he's just beginning his lap. I guess we did not see a time lap from him, and it is One Kidney Jim who's just invalidated their lap. As we try and have a look at Anur Hassan, they go P5, 133.4. 133.4, and there's another McLaren right behind them. Do we see an improvement? And we do see an improvement from Adams 090, who goes P6 with 133.5. As we're trying to have a look at the other drivers behind as well, and I think those who have not had a lap time to themselves registered yet. There is an AlphaTauri driver. I wonder if they're improving. They're not improving. If everyone pretty much having done their first laps now into the pits, with Tony Häkkinen currently the fastest time of 131.4, as Nimble now goes P2, 131.2. As we were just seeing drivers going into the pits, I was wondering that if they have a lap time on board, they're 132.1. What about Alan Ninja? They are also into the pits as well. Everyone pretty much in the pits except for the first few ones. The last four do not have a lap time on board, as we're now with One Kidney Jim, as we try and catch up with others if they have a lap time or not. Do we see someone improving from the bottom drivers? As everyone's pretty much now trying to pit. One who isn't, I think, is one of the Mercedes drivers, and it is Shane Bolin, 134.3, but they're also not that quick, as it is a bit hard to catch. But I think One Kidney Jim is about to get to that finish line, and he does get to that finish line. 134.6, but on that medium compound tire, so only out of the 20s, only driver with medium tires on his car. And I think one of the McLaren drivers, that is Adams, into the pits, as we try and have a look with someone who is not going into pits, and that is Anur Hassan, who invalidates their lap. It is one of the Williams drivers who is, I think, on a flying lap, as we're just trying to catch up with them. That was Jonathan, 133.4. They go P7. So Jezzaboy finally on an out lap, and he's currently going super wide to let others pass, of course, invalidating their own lap, but I think that would just be an out lap, so that doesn't really matter at the moment. But we're trying to have a look at and catch up with their teammate Nimble, but they're also into the pits now, as we try and catch up with everyone. Just 10 minutes remaining now in the session, as it is 131.8, still fastest. Nimble 132.1, 132.158. With in third place it is AR Taylor 132.7, 132.799 from Johnny, as we try and have a look at the drivers coming across those final laps. And it is Urma Dog coming into the pits, and we try and look at the Mercedes driver as well. I think they were going into the pits as well. Yes, they are, but there is a Ferrari, but I think that is Jezzaboy. There is not anyone on the flying laps. There is two people on flying laps, and Jonathan has invalidated their lap. What about One Kidney Jim? He's definitely going to be looking to improve, but into the pits again. Definitely not. Want to do more laps on those medium tires, of course, with only 9 minutes apart in the qualifying session. Of course, you want to be the quickest and be the fastest, as we see drivers beginning on their flying laps once again, as it is, I think, yes, it is Devil Rejected just beginning their flying lap right behind Johnny Red, who's also on their second stint on that brand new set of the soft compound tire it should be. Okay, so one lap, the soft tire shows they've done one lap on this tire, so maybe it's not new. Either it's showing that out lap that they've done on their tire, or it is their old tire that they used in that first run. Of course, is 8 minutes remaining, so one more run could be possible from all these drivers. They could end up doing one more, of course. It's going to be exciting. We just have a look at them, and we catch up with Johnny Red, who is also ahead of Devil Rejected, of course, as others are also just preparing to start their flying laps. It is Tyler, who's just gone past the first sector and already invalidating their lap. Already lap has been invalidated by him. Tyler already not having the best sector. I think he just finished and couldn't continue that. As we're trying to have a look at Johnny again, he's a bit ahead of Devil Rejected, who's right behind them as well. As we try and have a look at Johnny Rett's second lap and second try at that fastest lap time in. How fast does he go? He goes 1:32.1 and goes to third place. What about Devil? We try and catch up with them. How fast does he go across the finish line? He didn't improve, I guess. His lap time did not. I think he did improve. In fact, he was in the 1:35s and 1:34.9 it is, but didn't seem to be improving. As Jezzaboy goes P9 as you try and catch up with every single one of them who's doing, or in fact finishing their lap time. As Edam is also starting their lap. So anyone who's finishing their lap time, it is AR Taylor who invalidated their lap. So pretty much going to the pits and now come out when everyone is going to be on brand new tires. Is Hassan on those on and out lap to do so, and I think I see a Red Bull coming up to finish their lap, and it is going to be Beton. I think they just started their lap or either did not improve on their times. All 20 drivers have been hard to keep up with everyone, but we try and have a look at one of the improvements I think we saw. It was Dangerous Dave, but so was the Alpine driver, and now others behind just finishing their laps. As we try and have a look at, it is not Ninja, it is the other Mercedes driver, but I think they're on their flying lap. But one who is not on their flying lap is Daddy Cool across the last corner. How fast does he go? Goes P9 still. Did he improve? He did improve on his lap time, but I wonder if he improved on his... did he improve it position-wise? We try and catch up with one of the Williams drivers. It is, I think, it is Tony, and he goes even more faster as we were just trying to catch up with him. Tony Häkkinen goes even more faster, 1:31.741. What about Nimble? He's coming into the pits. What about Jezeboy? His teammate also comes into the pits. What about Alan Ninja? I think it is Alan Ninja across that final corner. Yes, it is Alan. How does he improve on his lap time? He does go P4 and improves over half a second on his previous lap time. And I think I see a McLaren, but he's not stopped. I thought he was stopped, but he was not, and he's coming into the pits. And what about Betson? I think he's also going to come into the pits, but he does not. Is he trying to have a look and improve his lap time? Across the line, he does improve his lap time, but stays P14. Right behind him is Anur Hassan. I think he's going into the pits. As we have an Alpine, I think, I wonder if they're starting their lap or finishing their lap time. And I see an AlphaTauri as well, but that's going to be them coming into the business. Now just 5 minutes remaining. Every single driver has had a lap time on board, except for CRN. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but as you're trying to have a look at all these drivers do a lap. Tony just showing the pace, the performance that he has. That is definitely, he's living up to that expectation of him setting up the fastest lap time in those time trial events and do the best performance and show us what he has. So it is all these drivers once again starting their flying laps. So pretty much those who are on their flying laps. One of them is Tyler and Alan Ninja. Tyler, of course, he's not improving on his previous lap time, at least in that middle sector, I think. He didn't, and remember, or in fact, that's the first sector, that's not the middle sector, and he invalidated his second lap, and is now out on those brand new set of soft compound tire once again, as we try and find a driver who would be on a flying lap, and one man, that is CRN on their flying lap. He's the only driver in the session yet having not set a lap time on board. Ahead of him is one of the Red Bull drivers, I think. That is one Kidney Jim, but he is not on a flying lap. One man who is on a flying lap, I believe Tyler is right ahead of him, but he just lets him by pretty much, just knew that he was not going to improve on his lap time and just let him by and start once again, as everybody's now going to be coming in to begin their flying laps and show up their times, because everyone now going to be starting on track. I think Tony, for the moment, he's clear, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to be on pole at the end of the session. What about this man? How fast does he go? He's coming across the last corner. Only P16, 134.5, so not that quick at least. And Kidney Jim now starts their flying lap as well. So P16, 134.5, as we try and have a look at one of the drivers who would also be on a flying lap, and that will be Devil Rejected at the moment. It's every single one almost out on that out lap, except for the top 4, Tony Nimble, Alan Ninja, and AR Taylor. So one Kidney Jim, I think, is the one quicker and better lap time on, but also we try and catch up with everybody else who are just beginning their flying laps. Of course, everyone now wants to improve on their lap times and place their car in the best possible grid order, as we're now just 2 minutes now remaining in the session, and we already have a retirement from the session. I wonder if he's crashed or he's retired just in the pits. I think he's crashed, as we try and catch up with someone who would be close, but I think Devil Rejected is just coming across the last corner, and he's P17, 134.6. He's only P17, as I was just trying to have a look at someone who was going to be close to Johnny Red, who had crashed, but I could not find anyone. But one Kidney Jim still on that medium compound tire. I wonder, okay, so he's not on that medium compound tire, he's on that soft tire. Does he improve? And he goes P14 only. And what about Tyler? I think is right behind him, or it is Daddy Cool, in fact, and he did improve on his lap time by over 4/10, but still stays P9. So other drivers right behind starting as well. What about Anur Hassan? He is, in fact, going to be trying to look and improve on his previous lap time. Goes P6. So definitely pushes himself closer to the top guys. And Jezza Boy, did he improve? He's still P7, 133.6. And anyone close? That's, of course, right behind. Now many drivers coming across that finish line and finishing. It's going to be a bit hard to keep up with every single one of them, but we'll try our best, as most of them have invalidated their laps as well. It is one of the Ferraris coming up to that finish line, but I think that was Nimble starting their flying lap. What about the Mercedes, as we try and catch up with every single one of them, and there is only 6 seconds now remaining. So whoever comes across the line is going to be taking that checkered flag, and I think there's an Alpine coming across that, and it is only P18 for CRN. What about Devil Rejected? P19 for him. And the next one, it is the last few moments in qualifying, so every single driver is out on track and looking to catch up. What about Tyler? Is he the one improving in the moment? It is not. It is not him across close to that finish line. It is his teammate. How fast does he go? He's still 133.4. Does improve at P10 only. What about Adams? Devil Rejected teammate. Can he push himself into that top 10? Yes, he can, but P10 only. Anyone behind him can pip him, and he's pitting. One Kidney Jim is pitting. I don't know why is that, but he ends up pitting, maybe knowing that he does not have enough time in that car. What about the Ferrari? So Jazza Boy is also into the pits, but what about Ninja across the line? He's currently P4, takes a checker flag, still stays P4, and Tony Hakkinen he goes even more faster, 131.4. What about, so it is not Hassan, but his teammate on an improving. It is Adams. He spun, and we see a Red Bull driver, Baton, improving, goes P14. As we try and catch up with one of the Mercedes, and he's going just into the pits as well. So pretty much that's it for qualifying, as Tony Hakkinen has registered the quickest time for the moment, unless and until anyone could pip him. But for the moment, it is not looking like that he's going to be able to do so, as Sliwak takes the checkered flag in P14. So every single driver has taken the checkered flag, as few of them have retired from the session. I wonder if that is their poor driving or just retiring to get into the next session and proceed for the session, as Tony currently at the moment looking one of the quickest and fastest at this in terms of qualifying pace. He's surely clear, way clear ahead of everybody else, but it depends what we can do in the race and what we can see in the race. Of course, I'm sure you are as much as excited for the race as much as I am, as we just await a greater race performance from all these drivers. As we still have cars driving out on track. They all have taken the checkered flag, so I wonder what it's going to be. And we are on board with the man here, Tony, of course. Well, the one on top. He's really showing he's the one, and he's the one to look after tonight. He's surely done a great lap, an impressive one. Tony Akkonen, the Italian, on top. 6.5 tenths, almost 7 tenths ahead of the driver in second place, with Nimble in third. So here's the qualifying order as we have a look at it. It is Tony Akkonen in first, Nimble second, Johnny Reid third, Alan Ninja fourth, with Tyler fifth, Anur Hassan, Phoenix Gray, Jazza Boy, Jonathan and Adams completing that top 10. And also as the rest of the drivers follow, with Daddy Cool, Slewak, Danger Dave, Baton, Urma Dog completing that top 15, as we have a look at the rest of them as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new season of MSC F1 Esports is here. Season 3.
And it's the lights out and away we go.
I'm the legend in the story, chasing down that glory. I keep rising up high. I keep rising up high.
For the checkered flag today around this 3.42 mile circuit, there are 20 corners, 11 to the left and 9 to the right. 6 braking events, 3 of which are described as heavy, and a maximum speed of about 196 miles an hour as you approach turn 12 in the heavy braking zone there. At turn 1, well, there's always a chance for an overtake. 2021, this was Kimi Raikkonen and Fernando Alonso, world champions, battling away through turn 1 and down the hill into turn 2. Let's go towards that turn 12 now with Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll. 3 of them all scrapping away. Valtteri Bottas was the man who won from pole in 2019, and he was involved in that scrap this time last year. Sebastian Vettel and George Russell. George Russell driving for Williams, of course, and Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin, showing that you can go round the outside as the lap progresses down at turn 18. There are plenty of places to try and get your overtakes done, certainly in that final sector. Tyres are going to be everything today. C4 the soft, we might not see many of those being used. C3 the medium, C2 the hard. It's protecting your front tyres, the key to a good race strategy today.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready? Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready? Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready?
Up there, heat. Demo rejected on Dino, goes in deep, and Demo rejected is out. He's crashed.
You okay?
For him at turn 5.
Okay, mate. I'm the man that walked out of fire.
It's all about being calm.
These guys have an almost fighter pilot mentality.
Goodness, Phoenix Gray is out. Out and away we go. Everyone, Kidney Jim is out. Look at this little battle between the Aston Martins have changed positions.
on the back of Devil rejected. The Aston Martin and the Alpine. The Aston Martin champion will reject him. Put him on down the inside. Lucas Bullet. Oh, they're free wide out. They've been great to have said. And once more they have a little niggle, but it is the Mercedes of Wes
see the sprint. It's your boy Alfie into the slicks. Jimmy's using that battery.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor. Keep on surviving.
After a chaotic qualifying session before the race starts, we're just now starting and getting into a brand new lobby, as it was. So everyone's in here, so that means we just need to be readying up and pretty much beginning once again. So no more invites and no more, you know, wasting some such time. If we begin right away from here, it is all 18, and if I'm not wrong, it was 20 drivers in that qualifying session. So I don't know what's really wrong, or just those two haven't picked up their team yet. That's why it shows 18. Because there was 20 drivers in that qualifying session, and of course, as now the grid would have to be set up for that quali session, for that race start and for that race session before we begin. There you go, 19 drivers. As I was saying, that it was all 20 on that grid, so maybe someone missing, but just one more driver missing now. I think they just should be in the lobby in a bit, or in fact they are. They just choose their team and we go into racing action finally that we've been waiting for. We had a great qualifying. Tony Häkkinen, of course, on pole, and if I'm not wrong, he did win last week as well. So it is going to be 2 in a row if he does so this time. He's definitely done a quali lap, the qualifying lap, that he showed that he is definitely going to be the one on top and better than everybody out here. It is going to be, I'm sure, a great United States Grand Prix at Austin. It's in fact my first ever US Grand Prix commentating on. I've done so on a lot in the past, but not this specific track. So it is of course going to be a new experience, an exciting one for sure, with all these drivers doing their justice to their pace, to their talent and everything.
Horseman 212121 just followed.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow, man. I hope you're going to enjoy the stream as we're just about to go into the race. And we are now so close, only 3 more away from a follow goal of 40. Thank you so much to everybody who's been tuning into the streams, and hopefully enjoying the action that we provide. So tonight we have this stream, and tomorrow pretty much at this same time we'll have another league race, another stream. But of course, for the moment, it is for us to focus on this one and produce and proceed with all these drivers racing, hopefully showing us the great action and performance on track to reflect on And there you go, all 20 into the race lobby now. Hopefully we'll just be beginning in a moment now, as we're all awaiting a race start in a moment time. There you go, as all these drivers choose their cars, choose their teams that they're supposed to be driving for, and line up on that racing grid and be on their number that they qualified on and get justice to their lap that they did. But it is gonna be, you never know who's gonna be on top. Anything could happen in the race, and anything could produce a result that we're not expecting. Definitely the chaos into turn 1 would have to be safe and would have to be looking at for us, but we'll have to see how all these drivers go through. I'm expecting a clean one, but maybe there's a chance, pretty much, maybe if the driver in second place, Nimble, trying to attack Hakkinen, there's a chance it could be creating chaos with everybody around the out.
For the checkered flag today around this 3.42 mile circuit, there are 20 corners, 11 to the left and 9 to the right. 6 braking events, 3 of which are described as heavy and a maximum speed of about 196 miles an hour as you approach turn 12 in the heavy braking zone there. At turn 1, well, there's always a chance for an overtake. 2021, this was Kimi Räikkönen and Fernando Alonso, world champions, battling away through turn 1 and down the hill into turn 2. Let's go towards that turn 12 now with Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll. 3 of them all scrapping away. Valtteri Bottas was the man who won from pole in 2019, and he was involved in that scrap this time last year. Sebastian Vettel and George Russell. George Russell driving for Williams, of course, and Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin, showing that you can go round the outside as the lap progresses down at turn 18. There are plenty of places to try and get your overtakes done, certainly in that final sector. Tyres are going to be everything today. C4 the soft, we might not see many of those being used. C3 the medium, C2 the hard. It's protecting your front tyres, the key to a good race strategy today.
The race action and into the race session, it is only going to be as you're finally back on track and see all the pit lane and front wings for all those teams as we wait for all these drivers to ready up and be on top when it's lights out. And there we go, we're already seeing all these cars out on track and all these 5 red lights out. So we are not seeing Tony, the one who was supposed to be starting on pole, is in last place, and everybody is crashing once again. I think we need one more restart because it has to be justice done to the man on pole. He's set up last on the grid for some reason. So that was definitely another, pretty much, I won't call it a blunder, but maybe some setting that didn't work out. So one more restart, that's what we can expect, because just one car out on track and just doing those donuts, everybody else out from the session. Yeah, there you go. I was wondering, you know, same thing pretty much happening twice. So hopefully we go for that 3rd time and it should be clean, I think. Pretty much. And also Tony, the one on pole, was in last place, and I'm sure that was not supposed to be like that. So hopefully now for the third time when we go lights out and racing, it is going to be a cleaner one and a one that we go racing into. So we have podium drivers on the podium for the second time, but hopefully when we see the drivers on the podium for the third time, it is going to be at the end of the Grand Prix, unlike on lap 1. So and there we go. If the lobby settings are already set up, maybe we can start a bit early now, but hopefully just in a little bit it's going to take and we start racing. And there we go, we're back into the lobby for the third time, and once again to go into that racing and track action, all 20 in the lobby. So hopefully the settings will be updated and up to the top, and definitely end at where they are supposed to be. So there you go, now everyone's readying up one by one, and I hope this time it is set it properly, and of course set it to the liking of everybody. Just 10 seconds now into the session. For the third time we go on that track to go racing. And there we go, once again, for the third time we're starting the race session, and that race that we've been waiting for since almost an hour now. But hopefully it is going to be beginning just in a few minutes time, as it is just last 20 seconds before we see some cars out on track once again. Cars on that grid, on that starting grid, eager to begin, eager to start. We finally see that pit lane once again, as hopefully now we'll be seeing all those cars on track, and the cars action as soon as possible. And there we go, it was 46 start time. It is 46 now, so we should be starting any minutes now. Because I'm sure everyone's been waiting for that start now. Let it be the drivers, let it be the drivers, let it be the ones watching. And now we have all 5 red lights once again for 3rd time in a row. Tony gets a good start, so does Nimble, so does Johnny. Let's have a look at that. Johnny's getting overtaken by Alan, definitely not a good start for him. As we see the cars back at the back as we just get that race start. It is clean start into turn 1, but all these, and there's a spin from one of the drivers. As we see this chaotic start, as I said, it is a huge hill down to 1 inch, and then we see a fight between Dangerous Dave and Daddy Cool. But we have a look at the bottom of the grid as well. I believe I saw a spin, and that is a move for 1 kidney on Slawak. Hey, they're still battling wheel to wheel. Right behind them is Adams coming at them as well. What about the bottom? As it is Betten now trying to fight with Adam Fleet into turn in on the inside. Is there is a chance for him to overtake him, and he does so. But does he make the move stick? He does make the move stick, and right behind him is Devil Rejected. He's coming at him as well. But is he going to be making the move successful? Is right behind at the bottom of the grid. It is also Urmadog trying to make a move on Tyrion. Is he going to make that move successful? And he does so. So do the McLaren drivers. Both of them now ahead of 1 kidney. It's not Kidney Jim, it is Betten. Still fighting out with Devil. He's still fighting out with Devil and trying to make it stay like that. He doesn't want to give up on that. None of them don't want to give up on this position. It is so much still fighting. They're still wheel to wheel, almost crashing, hitting each other. So we try and have a look at the details, and Tony Hagen already doing the fastest lap and already on that lap at the end of it. As we try and have a look at the tires, so we see tires change, we see mix of the starts of some on that medium, and there's a spin, and I think Johnny Red has been spun by that Ferrari driver, if I'm not wrong, because they were fighting, and we see a spin already, and there is a yellow flag. He's definitely not going to be liking that, as the leader is already 3.1 seconds ahead of everybody else. But Nimble and Ellen, this fight's going to be close. Nimble, Ellen, Tyler, and Nur Hassan, they are super close, as Slawak gets a penalty already for that multiple warden. We're on lap 2 and definitely going to be seeing some battles, as the strategies are medium to hard and soft to medium for this 28 laps of racing. As we see, is there going to be a chance for Ellen on the inside? Does he make the move stick? On the inside he goes. The Ferrari's not giving up. Nibble's not going to give up easily. Ellen on those medium tires, a bit of an extra grip for the moment, and now he's another chance for it. None of them wants to give up this 2nd place. Of course, this is their best chance because the leader seems to have a lot of pace, but these guys need to utilize and perform to their recording pace. But is Ellen still close? Is there going to be another opportunity for him? There could be, as it's going to be the main straight. As Ellen doesn't have much ERS left, as DRS is already enabled, and we see another spin maybe from someone, and it is Jazzaboy, and also another Red Bull, and that is 1 Kidney Jim. As we see these guys battle it out, into turn 1 goes Ellen on the inside. He's coming back at him. Does he come in at him successfully? He does not for the moment. Ellen does take 2nd place on those medium tires, of course. Medium, cleaner, and more grip providing drivers, as it is Tyler in 4th place, as we see a beautiful helicopter shot with the leader already 6 seconds ahead, with these drivers fighting each other and also not having as much pace as the leader. But we try and have a look at the back of the grid as we see yellow flags, but anything close, and these guys are still close. They're fighting out from the start of the race. They're close, fighting for that P16 position. On the inside goes Betten. He does take the 16th place for the moment, but Sieran is coming back. Does he make it? Ahead of them is Jonathan and Adam and Fleetwood. Jonathan trying to go on the inside ahead of that Aston Martin driver. He does that make that move stick, but is he going to try and go for that McLaren as well? As Beckton now takes the position for the into the corner. For the moment, he takes the position. Also, one man who takes the position is Shane Bolin, who gets ahead, just gets ahead of Hassan as we try and look at these guys. So Nimble takes back that second place as we're trying to have a look at, and Tyler, we seem to miss that, but Tyler is already in that second place. This fight for second place is a bit more as everybody else is trying to improve and get ahead as well, but these guys are also pretty much in their own race. As on the inside, another chance for Ellen, but he just stays out of that podium place, of course. Yeah, Tony's just so good, pretty much, to say the least. Already 8 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, but surely the rest of the field is pretty much close to each other, as it is definitely. So these guys are here, the three of them, Tyler, Nimble, and Ellen Ninja, definitely fighting for that second place. Anyone could take it. 9 seconds, and he's on that medium tire. So as we see a move from Dangerous Dave on Shan Bolin. Shan Bolin showing some pace. He got ahead of Hassan, so he does of Dave as well. Oh, F7 Racing, thank you so much for that raid. Thank you. We're just into the race now as we had a few chaos starts, but now, and we restarted, it is greater and it is beginning to get better and better as we're already on lap 4 out of 28. Lap 5, in fact, now, as the leader has started lap 5, but the rest of them have not. As we try and look at these three, they're still fighting, they're still close. If we try and get, there could be a chance for Nimble once again. So could be a chance for Ellen Ninja into turn 1 as well. Does he go on it? He does have a look at it, but he doesn't do so. It is going to be close on the exit for everyone, almost on their, almost on the rear wing of each other. Yeah, Johnny Red, he had a good start, and he did in fact qualify good, but I think there was a moment, or in fact, or he lost it on its own. I seem to miss that, but I just saw a yellow flag and he had spun, so he definitely lost all that progress, but he's trying to get back on that medium tire, but trying to get ahead of Slawak and take that last that's points finishing, that's point position. But is he going to be successful in that, as DRS is of course enabled and he's super close to Slawak now? There could be a chance for him once again, and so for the moment he does so get into 10th place and recover of what he lost. But is he going to be able to keep it? Because it's, if Slawak manages to stay close and manages to stay within 1 second, he could be able to get him back with that DRS. And this fight between these two, Dangerous Dave and Shane Bolin, is also close, both on those soft compounded tires, so kind of in their own race and racing each other, because everybody else, if these guys are on these soft tires, they would have to be pitting earlier, and a lot earlier. As these guys, and I think Tyler's now trying to get the move done on Nimble, but he doesn't quite get it, as leader is already 13 seconds ahead. They still, I think Ninja seems to be having a little, falling a bit behind these to the position 3 and 4, but it is close between Nimble and Tyler, but it is going to be exciting. And I think as we have a look at the rest of the field, as Shane Bolin gets the penalty, so that kind of benefits Dangerous Dave for sure, because they're almost racing each other, being on that soft compound tire, and others are also now just approaching behind. It's the whole grid from P5 to P11, at least P11 it is, the whole one fighting. And I see someone making a move on the inside, and it is Sean Bolin, but he's coming back at him. Dangerous Dave, does he let him keep the move? He does so for the moment. yeah, Tony's really doing that Italian job to be leading and almost making that gap. 14 seconds now. He's really in a race of his own and a lonely race. So still the B2, 2, 3 and 4 still same positions pretty much, the DRS train, but Nimble is still able to keep that second place without the help of DRS. And this man Tony, we haven't even had a look at him since he's had a great start and just only progressing. Whereas we try and look at these guys, and it is now close. It was only the two of them, Shane Bolin and Dangerous Dave at the beginning, but now it's more and more other drivers approaching. These guys are still the closest ones, and Alan now makes the move, and Tyler. And there is a crash. There is a crash at the back between Slawak and Johnny, I think, as we definitely seem to miss that. We try and have a look at... We try and get on board with One Kidney Team to see if we could catch what happened, as we see green flags already. Already Johnny Red, I think they crashed because both of them got DNF'd at the exact same time. Johnny Red and Slavak already out of the race. The two of them, of course, there is no safety car, so we will not be seeing any of it. But it's great, just this straight shows who's close with each other, as we see a move from Phoenix Gray on Anar Hassan, and right behind them he's trying to make a move. Phoenix Gray trying to make a move. I think he lost a few positions. You can
Red Wildfire 96 just followed.
Hey, thank you so much for the follow, man. Johnny, I think we'll definitely need to confirm from him when there is Phoenix trying to make a move. But that doesn't quite become successful for the moment. Yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it. It's only getting better and better now. Oh, thank you so much. So as it stands, we're just one more follower away from a follower goal of 40. Hope all of you are enjoying this great Grand Prix. Racing as Phoenix has just gotten ahead of Hassan for the moment. It's now already on lap 8 out of 28. As Tyler is taking back that position, as we're trying to just have a look at others and at the back of the field. Tyler has taken back the position that he had lost to Alan. He's definitely having the pace, but Nimble now pulling away as well. Nimble kind of going into his lonely race as Alan now on the inside. He thought for a moment, he thought to go back, but he's made the move stick. So far he's keeping that. Of course they're on different strategies, one on medium and one on those hard compound tire, but of course everybody looking for that performance, looking to make their tires last as well, as Tyler just doesn't have that ERS. He still has 35%. Ellen, in fact, doesn't have it at all. He just has 10% on it. So it's going to be exciting to see if he's able to defend it. Is he going to be able to defend it with DRS, with Tyler behind, with the help of ERS? But for the moment, he is clear. In fact, he doesn't need any of it. He's showing his pace, and if he has pace, he could catch up to Nimble, or pretty much have a lonely rest of his, as the leader is already 17 seconds. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow it's going to be exciting as well. But this one, Kota, this is actually my first time commentating at this track, but this is great as well, as Devil just gets a 3-second time penalty. If you haven't heard from him the whole race, as it stands, he's currently in P12. He's pretty much keeping that position. He's a bit ahead of the cars behind. Yeah, thank you so much, as we just progress with the race. Already lap 9, so it is Alan still keeping that third place. He's still keeping that last podium place as they fight for, of course. He's still keeping that. for the moment, but maybe it could be just in a few moments he gets overtaken by Tyler because he doesn't have enough ERS at all, but still lots and lots of it. And also don't forget, he's going to be getting DRS as well. He goes a bit wide, that might needing for him to be losing a bit of time, and this is closer for that top 5. Round the outside, Phoenix trying to make that move. He does make the move stick. It's close between Shane Ball and he goes wide. He's pushed wide a lot. He's almost gets overtaken by Adams as well, as now Phoenix almost gets pushed wide, but he's making that move stick as Dangerous Dave is still staying in that top 5 and making his medium tires last for as much as he can, as on the inside Shane goes ahead of Phoenix Gray. Right behind them is Adams as well, who's trying to keep up with them, as Hassan is currently in P9 on that hard compound tire. As on lap 10 out of 28, everybody still making these tires last. No pit stop activity, even those soft tires, runners keeping that up. And I think there is a spin from an Alfa Romeo driver, and that is Orma Dog, currently in 18th and last place as it stands. So we try and get back to that action as these guys, Tyler has taken back that position. We were not looking at it, as I was just saying that it was only going to be moments before he was going to do that, because Alan Ninja did not have any ERS. As we have this, look at this fight, as Adams has taken 7th place. It is close. It is wheel to wheel between the two. Phoenix has kind of fallen behind, but these two are fighting. It's still wheel to wheel. One more chance. He again gets pushed wide. It is just close. It is no fault of anyone, pretty much just racing hard, racing fantastic. One more chance for Phoenix to come back at him. As also, so going wide was Adams. So another chance for Shane Boland to take back that 6th place. It's going to be close. We see another yellow flag, and pretty much that's going to be, I think, another spin from him. Is there going to be a chance for Phoenix to do that? He's driving, have a look at that podium place. Nimble is also in his own race, 2.7 seconds ahead of the pack, as the guys behind also catching up as this straight. As the bottom, we look at the last podium points. It is P9 and 10, Daddy Cool and Hassan trying to fight that out for the last few positions that of course they would want, and score as many points for their teams, respective teams, as they can. This great helicopter shot is fantastic to watch, really, on this track, as we try and get back to the bottom of the grid, or anything that is closer to each other. Lap 11, and he's there fighting. These guys are fighting. There's super defending going on, I think. It was a few cheeky moves around the outside. Alan tries to have a go at him. His medium tires lasting for the 10 laps. So far, it's good. Also, those hard compound tire drivers would like to go a bit longer, as you try and look at these guys. Phoenix and Shane Bolin also having a fantastic race, as Adam, as it goes ahead, does Phoenix, as Adams just seems to be having a bit of more pace, and he's going to catch up to Dangerous Dave. They've already seen some kind of yellow flags, as it is going to be that same Alfa Romeo driver, as we see these guys fighting out. I think the main straight doesn't have that much action as much as does the middle sector straight and DRS zone, as Adams now overtaken by Dangerous Dave. I think Dangerous Dave into the pits already. Of course, his medium tires his soft tires definitely not going to be lasting that much. Shane also follows him as well. Both of them having that pretty much that same strategy as he goes on those medium tires. So it is pretty much going to be mediums to the end now, or if it's going to be a two-stopper. I don't think you're going to do a two-stopper. And these guys are also fighting out. A big goes wide, does Baton. There we go. We see a car spun, and that is... Who is that? That is one of the Williams driver, I think, if I'm not wrong, because I saw a blue car on the minimap with a yellow flag on, as a lot of activity in the pits as we try and catch up with the pack, as these guys are still staying out. Of course, medium tire runners would like to go as long as possible, so would the hard tire runners, because I think if you could go about lap 16 or 17, closer to lap 20, you can pit for that soft compound tire to the end. We'll see what it happens. It is P8 and 9 for the Aston Martin drivers now, but as you've seen, activity in the pit lane, these guys are close. Baton, Sierran and Jezeboy it is. So Jezeboy on 11 lap old hard compound tires, and I think it is, he had a spin, I think, if I'm not wrong. And there's another yellow flag. Is there another spin from the drivers? And it is Adams, Fleetwood fighting Devil Rejected and all the other drivers, as Phoenix now Grey into the pits as well. What tires does he go on? I think it should be the hard tires if he's pitting at this moment in the race. And yes, that is going to be the hard compound tire going for him, as pretty much the activity in the pit lane we see. So the leader 22 seconds, almost the pits, almost a pit stop ahead now. He's pretty much chilling. He can in fact go for these on these medium tires at least till lap 20, and his pace for the moment is not affected at all, as Nimble's also 2.8 seconds to the car behind. Alan Ninja just pitting, and a great pit stop for him. He's only coming out behind Ada Adams, so it's a great one, as others ahead of him pit. There is a good chance that he could end up being in second place and undercut. The chance of doing an undercut on Nimble is a chance, big chance as well. As drivers receiving penalties, and Shane Boland 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. I don't know what's happened, because is he racing someone? He seems to be close to Phoenix Grey, but I wonder if they were racing, as he gets that time penalty. He's on the inside, he goes for it. He keeps that, but I think unless he does a miracle, that he's not going to be having points tonight, as we're already on lap 14, so exactly 14 laps remaining to the end. As you have a look at the drivers and try and find close drivers, as Hassan now into the pits. So he made these hard tires last 13 laps. There you go, those mediums on. So maybe some hard tire runners definitely made those tires run good, as we see activity in the pit lane, of course. Lots and lots of activity in the pit lane, as Phoenix now trying to go have a look at Shane Boland again, and there is a yellow flag, and I think someone has retired once again, but I doubt if this was a crash or a retirement in the pit lane. I think it might be a retirement in the pit lane, but I wonder why is a yellow flag caused by that. So out of 20, it is 4 drivers out and 16 remain, as we try and still find drivers close to each other, and it is close between these two for the moment. It is Shane Boland and Phoenix Grey. Shane Boland now try and save up, try and defend from Phoenix. He cannot do that. He's already ahead of him before they even get into the corner. And Shane, of course, with his penalty, what he can do is stop, defend against Phoenix Grey and delay his process of proceeding through the field. But still, as it stands, he's super close to Jezeboy, so a chance for him to overtake, chance for him to proceed through the race is a lot higher, as Adams now into the pits as well. So Tyler still staying out, as both Haas drivers have not pitted. So every single driver has pretty much pitted except the top 3, and then Daddy Cool and Jezeboy have not made a pit stop in the race yet, if I'm not wrong, as we try and have a look at yes, so they haven't really pitted, those few drivers, as we try and have a look at the tires for every one of them. It is 15 laps in out of 28, as drivers are receiving penalties again and again. Of course, corners closer, as Allen finally into 4th place now. So that is going to be, in fact, there's a chance if Nimble now pits, he could Alan could end up in second place, but it depends the gap. I think it is over 15 seconds, so maybe it'll be close between those. And it is close between these guys from P7 to pretty much P11. It is really close with every single one of them. And there's another chance for Shane Boland to get ahead as Phoenix Gray pitted. And Shane Boland now goes on the inside of Jezeboy to take that 7th place. For the moment at least, as he has a penalty, as Adams now coming back and back at him as well. It is hard for Jezeboy now to defend, as right behind them is Phoenix as well. Phoenix coming out of the pits, and closer is Jezeboy fighting with these guys on these older hard tires with no grip at all. He loses another position, does Jezeboy. He's not pitting at this point, but I think he might need to just in a little bit, because his tires are going to run out of grip and run out of that track performance that everyone needs. But it kind of just a DRS rain. But Jezza now moving to that inside line, but Adams now also moving to that inside line to take 6th place ahead of Shane. Of course, that is the track 6th place on track anyways. That was going to be 6th place if he's going to stay behind him with that penalty, with all the penalties that Shane has. But I think sure he would like to do it on track. It is more fun to do so. Alan in 3rd place. He has jumped and done the undercut on Tyler that he was going to do by pitting early. We're already on lap 17 out of 28, so 11 laps pretty much to the end. Nimble now, I think you could expect to pit, and the leader comes into the pits and he's pitting for that soft tire, as I was saying that he could take up his medium tires to pretty much laps 17 and 18. You'd be able to do that because his pace is not really affected. As Nimble now also into the pits. We'll have a look. Where is Alan? Where is Alan Ninja? Is he going to jump? Nimble ahead of him. Nimble now out of that pit box. It's going to be close on that start. Not only between him. Is he going to come out ahead? What's going to be the situation? It is going to be close between these guys. And he has in fact exited right behind Alan. So Alan has jumped, undercut both Tyler and Nimble by pitting a bit early. But these guys behind him have a 4-lap brand newer tires now. As you try and have a look at the bottom there as well. So these guys are close. Both Red Bull drivers, One Kidney Jim and Betten, close to each other. But let's have a look at the penalties of these drivers. As I think a lot of them, as 22 seconds of penalties. So only 6 seconds to Devil Rejected and 3 seconds to everyone else except for Shane Boland. So pretty much Shane is not going to be keeping his position anywhere he finishes unless he's your race as fast as the race leader, who's almost he's 20 seconds ahead. So unless he's that, he's not going to be keeping his position that he does. As we get back that tire information once again, the leader on that soft compound tire, and these guys we're having a look at, Jonathan and Devil Rejected fighting for P11. Just ahead of them is Daddy Cool. As it is close between Shane Boland and Phoenix Gray. Once again, Shane is pretty much doing favor to his teammate to defend as much as he can and let other constructors pick as less points as possible, because of course his teammate currently in 3rd place. Oh, so that means he's already been overtaken by Nimble, because Nimble was going to have that fresher, newer tires to his advantage and to his help. That was going to see him take 2nd place. Of course, he came out behind him in the pits, but those tires were going to be better in front of those hard tires, of course, as just lap 18 out of 28 now.
_ just followed.
Oh, thank you so much for that follow, man. Our follower goal of 40 followers just got accomplished. So thank you so much, everybody, for the recent support. It's been great.
We reached our followers goal of 40. Thank you, everyone.
And it is great racing, as we're trying to have a look at the guys once again. We're trying to look at the bottom, but there is not much action as we try and go to that top, as Nimble is sure having that pace. As he has overcut in terms of strategy. He has gotten ahead of and Ellen now also behind Tyler as well. As I was trying to have a look at some other things, it is Adam Fleet out leaving the session. I think he was already way before he was out of the race. It's lap 19. It gives there going to be another chance for Ellen Ninja to get ahead of Tyler, but not into turn 1 at least, as both of them don't have that much ERS. They're just on that support of that ERS, and it depends for how long they can stay in their position. As we of course have a look one more look at these guys. It is between Phoenix Gray and Shane Ball, and Shane is really giving a hard time to Phoenix. On the inside, once again makes that move stick, but around the outside he's not going to have it easy on him. And Hassan now super close to those guys, and a chance for Hassan to take that position as well. So as it stands, Hassan is anyways going to have that 8th place, because Shane Bolin has 22 second worth of penalties. That is not really going to be, pretty much going to be impossible for him to not realistically impossible, but pretty much impossible.
Super Turbo just followed.
Thank you so much. We've got to 41 now, just 9 followers away to 50 followers, which is of course important to get affiliate member, but I'm hopeful that is going to be appreciable. And we see just action as Shane, I think Shane just went wide or something happened to him. As we were just talking and discussing that, Shane has retired from the session already. He might have collided with someone, because I saw Phoenix maybe going a bit wide as well. It was, I think, it was no point for Shane to be running in the race anymore, as it is just less than 10 laps now remaining in that session. It's close now between these guys. Is Hassan going to have enough pace? As much pace as Shane had. Shane, of course, with all those penalties he unfortunately got. He has to be retiring now.
FDR_UD62 just followed.
Oh, thank you so much. One more follower. We just getting followers and followers. I think we were about 34 followers before the beginning of the stream, so it really means a lot. Gaining quite a lot on this stream, and hopefully it is going to be as exciting for everyone watching as well as it is for us commentating, and it is going to be just last few laps now to the end pretty much. We're on lap 21 out of 28. We've got a greater league race coming tomorrow as well, as we try and find close battles on track. With as they go around the outside, there's a chance for Hassan. He just gets ahead of there's another chance for Hassan getting ahead into 7th place. We saw that great fight between Shane Bolin and Phoenix Gray, but now Anur Hassan and Phoenix giving it everything, of course. A really great racing display from every single one of them. The circuit's great, the drivers are absolutely great, except for that leader at the top, leading by the wide 23 seconds. Rest of the grid has pretty much been close to relatively close with each other, and really that fight with each other, it's been fantastic. It's been great. Still many laps remaining to the end, 7 laps pretty much to the end, as Jonathan now into the pits. He's 1 second into the pits, maybe pitting for that soft compound tire, or just in the pits to pay up their penalty. He goes on that medium compound tire. He has done over 13 laps on those hard tires, so I wonder if he's going for that 2-stop strategy pretty much. Already in last place. as his teammate comes to lap him. The leader, Tony Häkkinen, has led from start to finish. Still a few laps to go to the end, but this man is as comfortable as Max Verstappen really in real life, leading over 24 seconds. Is Nimble also 5 seconds ahead of in the pack behind as well, as Tyler now also has gained on Alan Ninja over 3 seconds. It is close between these two, Adams and Dangerous Dave. Yeah, as we try and get up, Adams of course showing some promising pace as well, keeping up that 4th place. Remember, it was first at the start of the race on that soft compound tire. The fight was between Dangerous Dave and Shane Bolin, but Shane of course after the pit stop was fighting with Phoenix Gray. Phoenix now into the pits as well.
Casio 111 just followed.
Oh, there you go, we got one more follower as well. That's really great.
F1 Reese just followed.
As yeah, Tony's really giving it 110% over 24 seconds. Like, I've really never seen this much or this bigger of a gap anywhere in with equal performance, of course. Thank you so much. We're getting many followers again and again. Thanks so much to everybody tuning into the stream. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as we are. As now lap 23, just 6 laps pretty much to the end, as you try and find up a close battle it is between Adams and Dangerous for the moment. Phoenix, after having to pit for that soft compound tire, he's falling behind, so a bit of struggle to find closer drivers, but hopefully it is in fact now also these guys. Hassan is definitely having that pace. I'd missed to highlight that, but Hassan was stuck behind Shane Bolin and Phoenix Gray for that after the pit stops, but he's really surely showing up that pace of his, and he's really had that. Yeah, really, he's in fact ahead of Nimble, but Nimble's also showing some good pace as well, ahead of Tyler over 6 seconds. Really, yeah, in terms of battles, it's really been great battle all over the field. Let it be for that, for those podium positions, for that points positions, or in fact outside the points positions. Maybe not some after the pit stops, but being that first stint, it was crazy by everyone, from every single one of them, giving it everything. It's already on lap 24 out of 28, so still, it's now only a few laps going, as Jezza Boy now close to Devil Rejected, of course, fighting for that P9 and P10. As we have a look at the Red Bull drivers, have been pretty much staying together the whole race. One Kidney Jim and Betson, but they are outside the points. I'm sure they'd like to score. But, and there you go, Devil, there's a chance for Jezza now once again, and on the inside he makes that count. Oh, there's a spin. He's made himself a spin. I think there was they pretty much collided, and a spin from Jazza, and that makes Devil Rejected lose all the progress as well, and that is and what really happened between these two. They were fighting for that points position. As I was joking about those Red Bulls, keeping it clean and keeping it fine. It is these guys now into the pits, and Jazza and Devil Rejected really losing it all with having a collision. And now Phoenix, there's a chance for him on those soft compound tires. He's going to give it all towards the end of the race. Sure, there's a chance, good chance for him to score points. Yeah, 5 laps to go. Phoenix really has a great chance to be back in those points and give us some great battle towards the end as well. He's already overtaken Devil, and now onward towards to catch Jazza Boy ahead. Oh, I mean, I cannot confirm on that of Tony and the difference between Tony and Nimble, as it is only my very first race with everybody. So we'll see how everyone looks into it and has a look at it. It's 22 seconds the gap between the leaders and between second place, as we try and have a look at Phoenix Gray now closing up on Jazza Boy, as we haven't had much battles after the pit stops were done and Shane Bolin retired, but this man is surely going to give us some battles. But I'm sure Jazza's not going to have it easy on him as well. But Jazza was having a fight with the Devil Rejected, but ended up, and that on the inside there was almost a chance for Phoenix Gray, almost losing the car as well. Is he going to be with DRS? He's super close, and he's, I think, should be close, already on that rear wing of Jazza. But is he going to be going ahead of him into turn one? He does not. He stays behind, right behind him he stays. Still staying behind, but that Red Bull's making that move. One Kidney Jim, sorry, that Benton making that move on Jazza Boy. Still cool. It'll still close wheel to wheel. Oh, I think there was contact. There was contact between the two, between the three, in fact. The three wide. Benton giving it everything on those hard compound tyres. Yeah, one Kidney Jim is really giving it everything on those hard compound tyres, despite Phoenix on those soft compound tyres. Phoenix is going to go for that move around the outside with that DRS help. He's really going to be a sitting duck, will be Jim, but I think any points for the Red Bull drivers would be great. That's definitely a thing to think, a joke to really do. So I think he's got 2 points with one kidney. He could double that amount with 2 kidneys. His teammate falling behind, but still, he's giving it everything, as Phoenix now would be looking to overtake on Jazza as soon as possible, because I'm sure Phoenix wants those points. He's pitted for those soft compound tires, but not for without any reason, as Jazza is moving that onto that inside line to try and make a move on on Kidney. There could be a chance for him. Lap 27 out of 28. It is already now towards the end. We are coming. As we try and see all these battles out on track, it'll still close. It'll still crazy, as Phoenix has made that move stick and made it to P10. So for the moment, he is going to be scoring points, but it depends if he really does so with all the penalties applied. But at least from P1 to P10, P1 to P8, it is going to be the order as it stands. In terms of at least finishing on track, would be the finishing at the end of the race. As on lap 27, so definitely the leader, still 19 seconds. And round the outside, Phoenix now trying to make that move, and Jazza as well, as on the inside. He does so on Kidney, as it's close between these two. Jazza and Kidney fighting for that last podium plate. Still wheel to wheel. Jim for the moment giving everything on the inside. Could be a chance for Jazza now, just losing out on those points position. Surely going to be gutting for him. Just losing out on those podium points positions towards the end, as these guys, Nimble, Tony, Nimble, Tyler, and Alan, pretty much Adams and Dave as well, pretty much safe on their positions in terms of where they're going to finish towards the end. And we're still having this fight. We're still having this fight between for that last points position. These guys have that penalties. Pretty much everyone has those penalties from P9 to P13, P15. In fact, just one in the middle. Jonathan doesn't have so. But lap 28 out of 28 now. We'll pretty much have to have a look at the leader to be catching him when he comes across that finish line, but not for the moment, as we try and still have a look at this battle. Johnny definitely comfortable enough to be taking ninth place. Definitely pitting for that soft compound tire. In the end, was maybe a bit successful, as of course having old tires could have had him struggle. So definitely a good chance for him to be taking the points he is taking, as we try and have a look at Adams across the line. He's just going to be beginning his last lap, so leader is pretty much the one on that final lap, as we try and catch up with everybody else to see how they do. Lap 28 out of 28. This was sure a great cracking battles we saw on track, and fantastic performance from every single one of the drivers as well. As we now try and catch up with Tony the man. He's coming in that final sector now, final corner, last few corners before he comes home to take home the United States Grand Prix victory. And he's really dominated from lap 1 to lap 28. It is the man on your screen now. It is Tony Hawkins, wins over by 15 seconds. Nimble now in second place. We try and have a look at some battles, but Nimble now almost also finishing over 10 seconds ahead of Tyler. He has done a lonely race, but surely a one to remember as well. Finishes in second place, with Tyler now coming up in third place to come home and take that last podium place for the Haas Formula 1 team, as Alan Ninja now, who has also come home to take fourth place with the strategy and all those soft hard tires that are a bit slower than the drivers ahead on those mediums and softs, still making the most of the pace and everything he could do so. Rest of the people fighting it hard as well. It's still close between Jazza and Phoenix, but with those with those penalties applying, as it is going to be Adams taking that top 5 finish, with Dangerous Dave doing everything and pretty much making it everything out of the pace he had. He's going to come home 6th, and with it is with Anar Hassan and Daddy Cool closer to each other. It's going to be P7 and P8 for the other, and Phoenix Gray trying to make his strategy work and do everything he can. For the moment, he's going to finish P9 on track. P10 for Jazza. What about One Kidney Jim and Baton, about everyone having the penalties towards the end? And there we go. That is going to be it for the United States Grand Prix. It was definitely a greater one, and a one to remember. We had great battles and definitely fantastic racing. Absolutely clinical performance by every single one of them, and especially by Tony. Tony's really dominated from start to finish, and the performance that he tried to do and show us everything what he can do. He was just a bit quicker in that qualifying, but he was so quicker in that race, and that is the Williams driver on top. He's really dominated, and that is the Canadian in second place. In that Ferrari, does Nimble and Tyler competing in that podium places. That was hell of a race to do so. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Yeah, thank you so much. All thanks to those battles on track, but of course you try and make it as exciting as possible. Thanks for showing up, everyone on that stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. So Tony also takes that fastest lap home as well. Of course, it would have been surprising if he didn't do so. Almost by a second, at least more than half a second, but lap times from him as well. Great one. Fantastic performance by every single one of them. If we just have one more look at every single driver where they finished, only 4 DNFs in terms of crashing.
ocean, 'cause I got another mountain to climb. And I feel the darkness right now, yeah. But I really want this somehow, yeah. If I jump, it's more than a vow, 'cause this ain't over now. This ain't over now. Sometimes it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real, 'cause I'm still fighting for it. Yeah, it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real, 'cause I'm still fighting for it. I guess I got a bounty on my head now, but I don't even take it like a threat now. That's how they be playing the game. I see the rhythm of the night from the ends now, but I ain't even trying to break a sweat now, 'cause I got another dragon to slay. Sometimes it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real, 'cause I'm still fighting for it. Yeah, it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real, 'cause I'm still fighting for it. 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 I'm not ever living life from the backseat. I'm like Usain Bolt at the track meet. Try to keep it cool, but I ain't even low key. Got a hundo in my pocket, I ain't roasting. 'Cause I'm getting back to the basics. What hit me, what hurt me, what made me? 'Cause maybe this life is where